Thanks for coming out. Since we went with the live broadcast, it's like 80 people watch online, but I love that somebody comes, so I'm not just talking to an empty room, so it's amazing. Who's done my challenge before in this group? Okay, awesome. So you've been there before. I want to talk about, this is going to be a little bit different orientation because it's a brand new program. I haven't had a challenge since, I think, September. I went back into my cave and worked for 3 months pretty much. It started a little bit before the end of the last challenge, revamping the challenge. And number one question I get is, why revamp? Probably, well, I'm 53 now. When I was 18, 19, 20, whenever I started it, I started off with the form of this challenge back then. It's evolved as we went forward. Thousands and thousands of people have been successful in this program. We are actually up to 15 locations now. We are 7 strong in Illinois. We're in Indiana. We've got a camp opening in South Carolina, Florida, and Atlanta. We just signed a contract in Atlanta, actually 2 in Atlanta. So the challenge and the lives it's changed have been amazing. And couldn't be more happier where my life is with helping people to actually make that change. The original challenge, when I started, got great results, people losing 20 pounds. That was the name of the game. I'm the only one that started it then, still today, the only person who challenges you to lose 20 pounds in my program, and we give you your money back. And the money back is basically a swap to use your picture before and after, your video on our website to motivate other people. There's a lot of people out there. Somebody told me today that, they're broken. And there's a lot of people that are broken that watch those videos for over a year before they even step foot into one of my challenges. So it's worth our time to do this program. Plus, it's a lot of fun. We have a good time with it. The problem with the original challenge, as I've seen throughout the years, is once it's over, the people, even though they have a strong why, I require a why, mainly just for yourself, you needing to know why you're getting ready to go through such a strenuous program. But the why, even though it was still there, people were still struggling after they were out of the challenge. So they get out of the challenge and they struggle. And, I'm from a very tough raised family, and my family was just my mom. So if you know my story, we were dirt poor, raised very tough. Had to work starting at the age of 12. So being brought up that way, I was, instructed like, this is how you do it. There's no questioning it. So I could never understand why after the challenge, you had the eating plan and you had the workout, the same thing you were doing to get that 20 pounds or more off, even after numerous challenges, maybe 100 pounds, why that eating plan wasn't working for you anymore. It wasn't the eating plan wasn't working anymore. There's a lot of things after the challenge, which we're not going to go into right now, that we're putting in play for people once they graduate to help keep them supported and accountable. But the plan itself needed to be revamped for what I call modern day society. Modern day society is not like it was when I was 19, 20. As you know, things have changed a lot. That includes the way people look at food, the things that people need to help them succeed and to stay long-term in regards to an eating plan. I spent 3 months 100% revamping this eating plan. It's this thick. It's like 3 parts to it. It is so detailed, I've been up at nights struggling with the delivering of it. And it comes down to my personal training career. I went back to my roots. What got me here today with all the success? What got me here was my coaching ability. But it used to be one-on-one. So I would coach you. You didn't need every little thing written out for you because you dealt with me. I coached you when you came in for your session. You came in, I said, look, this is what we're going to do this week. Or the next 5 days, I want you to do this. Or the next 2 days, I want you to do this. It was a no-brainer. How can I deliver that message? Well, if you've been in my program before, you're in one of my Facebook groups, and I go on there every Friday. Problem with that is, what's going on, Connie? Okay. What the problem was is on Fridays, I went and did my video, and people listened, but I'm talking about 25% of those people were listening out of, let's say, 200 people that were in the challenge at the time, which I never understood that because it was free coaching for me, but they just felt the need to, hey, I don't want to watch it. Or they'd watch it when they felt like it, and 3 days later ask a question about something that was asked a week ago. With this program, I'm giving you fair warning. You're going to have to tune in on Fridays. Now, some people are like, well, you go on at 12 noon. And it's in your booklet you're going to get. I'm going on live 12 noon. That is your chance to ask questions. Most importantly, I'm going to be delivering what phase of the 3-part system you're going to be using on the eating plan. So some people are like, well, I can't do that at 12 noon. I work. I get that. 99% of people do. It's recorded, though, and posted in the group at the top of the page. but people still would not go back and watch that. But I got to admit, there wasn't information pertinent to the changes that people didn't already kind of know. You're going to have to let me coach you. You're going to have to tune in on Fridays, either live or watch the actual recording to know what to do with those 3 parts, because it's not predictable. It's not something that I can promise you I'll never be able to actually write it out, because it's the way I'm flowing with it, the way I'm using it. It's like me and you are one-on-one back in the day. It's just going to be 100 people in there doing this program. So you're going to have to be attentive to the group, which you should be anyway. It's part of the game. So the revamping needed that. Also, as the people struggle with that, the new plan changes all that, along with what we're going to be doing afterwards, which we have been having meetings behind closed doors. What do people need when we're done? What do we need? We've had several of my staff members that I assigned to go and reach out to people, asking them that question, and we got a lot of feedback on it. And it's very simple to do. Most importantly, get you on your way with an eating plan that is going to change your whole way of thinking, because you're going to like it, first of all, and you're going to like the stuff that I'm putting in that's going to blow your mind. But it has to be followed. You've got to be a rule follower here. And it's not, because the old challenge, now I kind of look at like the Old Testament and New Testament. Ain't nobody can follow the Old Testament, not me. You give me the New Testament, I can live with that. That's what I'm kind of looking at it as. I kind of created the New Testament of the deal. As I've gotten older and seen the need for it, I've changed it and revamped it in that aspect. So you're going to love that eating part, the things we're going to be doing periodically. You're going to love it. It's going to make it a lot more fun, yet it's going to be effective, okay? You're still going to have to work hard and follow the coaching each time. Okay, next. I'm looking to help people find their identity again. I've started really doing a lot of, man, if you know anything about my last 2 years, there's a story with it, with anxiety and going through a lot of stuff. I went on a self journey of just really studying and going off by myself. I'm heavy into meditation now, but finding identity, I think, is more important for all of us. And that's me included. I had to find my identity in regards to where I am. I have all this going on. I got 3 companies. I got SHK Consulting, Myoscope, and I've got my camps going all over the United States. I had to find my identity again, and that identity with me on this level was my identity with my family and with you, and find that balance in there. You're wanting to find your identity because something about your weight or your health or how you feel, it doesn't have to be weight loss particularly, has taken away identity you once had, or maybe you never found your identity at all. I'm 53. I just found my identity 2 years ago. And that's sad, because I was driven by my childhood of fear and things that happened to me. And I've come out with a lot of that stuff like that. But you're going to have to find your identity throughout this. Now, that's where we have a 3-prong approach on this challenge now. I have a restructured eating plan, 3 parts. We're throwing in what we call some killer camp workouts. I don't want anybody new being scared of that, okay? Some people are like, oh my gosh, I'm in horrible shape. I can't even do this. It's got modifications to it, but it's going to be needed to kind of boost you, and it's going to be a couple of days a week. It's not going to be all over the map and killing you. And all. We're not going in CrossFit. I love CrossFit. It's great for some people. I love everybody else in this town. Their workouts are amazing for them. We're not bringing that in because that's not what we do here, but I'm going to throw in some things that are going to be a little bit more challenging, which you're going to need, and you'll learn to love. But I want you to know we'll be modifying and showing you how to do that. Third approach is the part that I kind of tapped into at the beginning of last year, and now I'm strong in it, is the mentality part, okay? If I don't get you to start looking at things from a different angle, and that's going to be your relationship with food, your relationship with yourself, and the alignment of your values with your actions, we can throw everything at you, give you all this stuff we're going to give you after the challenge to support you. You're still going to be in the same mind frame. If you're in that same mind frame, you're going to be still kind of dissatisfied or unhappy. And it's mainly because you're unhappy with yourself, because you haven't got past what it was earlier in years that got you that bad self-image or the way you think of yourself. And you programmed yourself to do that. And we all do it. I mean, I'm the worst. I did it in leaps and bounds. So helping you find your identity, or for the first time find your identity. I'll be honest, my preach lately, over the last year, my campaign, is I have a certain person identified with that I wanted to help years ago. And I can relate to this a little bit, probably back in high school to some part, although you'll see I was this great wrestler, I've been this champion bodybuilder. I still was in my own world of feeling what I call the identified with people while I was doing competitions, is the unaccepted, the not so popular, the person some people would say can't be helped because they are so far gone, the outcast. That is who Garza's fat loss camps are all about, those people. And if you're like, well, that's not me, that's great. But 90% of the people that come here are, because we welcome them with open arms, no judgment, and honestly, per people's mouth, in the thousands, I feel accepted here. I feel I belong. And to toot our own horn, we are better in this niche than other camps are set up mentally and training-wise to do. Here's why. The other camps have great workouts, don't get me wrong. But we are specifically specialized in people who are overweight and understanding them. Why is that? Because 98% of my staff sat in your chair one day. See, everyone else won't hire the client, but the client wound up being better than my 4-star trainers I used to have back in the day. I used to have people that had 20 degrees like me. They were the worst for what I was looking for. They're the best if you go to a great place called 4-Star Fitness next to our Garza's supplement. We're great friends with those people. I would send people there all day long because that's where they need to go. But for what we're looking for, I needed a trainer who could relate to you and what you're going through. Otherwise, there's no connect there. So we got a person training you, not understanding you, who you can see that. You can like, that. I don't relate to that person. They don't get me. So that's why we are specialized in that. That's what we're about. It's a safe haven where you can come as you are, and we take you in, and you're safe here. No judgment by preconceived notion of what you can or can't do. That was the problem with trainers back in the day that I used to hire. They had a preconceived notion. I would say, why are you not helping that person? When I'd travel all over the United States competing, they'd go, look at them. They're too far gone. They can't be helped. They already made up their mind and already profiled you as a person who is worthless and out of the range of help. I saw it differently because I knew you just need to be talked to differently and you'd be able to be related to on whatever level it is you're at. So that's why I started this. Truthfully, that's why I started it. That's why I created the 5-pound dumbbell workout, which now is a patent, or 365 of them. You can't, it's mine, because it is not intimidating, and yet it kicks people's butts. Who was in here just now? A 19-year-old what? Military guy, and he got his attention. Yeah, he was, 19-year-old, pretty much can do anything. I mean, I remember when I was 19, I was Superman, right? Army, okay. So this guy's in here and he's sweating and getting his butt kicked with 5-pound dumbbells. Don't let that intimidate you either, because we have modification. I'm saying the way I designed the workouts, and we've evolved them over the last year. I mean, we've taken them to a new level and changed them up a little bit, as we always will, but, it's effective. But if I show somebody a pair of 5-pound dumbbells, you're like, I really probably can't get injured with those. It doesn't scare me like a big giant thing on my back or whatever. I mean, once you get to a certain age, I don't care if you're the best bodybuilder and the best in shape person, your ligaments and your joints are still aging, and they don't quit because you are in great shape. I'm healthy, I eat right, I sleep good, vitamins, and I'm 4% body fat. Your joints are still old, okay? All it takes is one movement for those to snap and break or dislocate. I'm not saying don't do that kind of workout. I'm just saying we're trying to still stay injury-free, which we have forever. Never had an injury once in my camps, but yet I kick your butt in a safe way and not intimidating. We bring you in without big machines, all that kind of stuff. That's right for some people. It's not right for what we're doing. So all this is designed for that person who did not feel like they belong somewhere, or they're intimidated to walk into one of those places. A lot of people are just like, man, I'm overweight. I'm not going to walk in there with these people that are ripped up and looking great and killing it because I need something. So this is kind of your safe haven. And I created that culture on purpose. All I did in perspective was just the blueprint. All I'm doing is giving the blueprint for people to be motivated, be accountable, and non-intimidating workouts with the 5-pound dumbbells. So what has to happen for you to be successful? With all that being said, there has to be a little bit of uncomfortableness put into your life. By all means, going on a new eating plan is going to be uncomfortable. I think this one will be the most less uncomfortable eating plan you've ever encountered. It followed correctly. It's been calculated. If you know anything about me, I'm a dietary therapist. You need to see my little plaque on the wall. You can come see all that stuff. I sat down and calculate everything to the T for the female and the man on the average, okay? Some people will say, well, now, I've come to you and paid you X $100 to do an exact eating plan for you. Yes, I will do that. It is not necessary at this point. When you get to a place where you're looking to go below 10% body fat, yeah, come see me, pay for that. This is calculated on the average person, and it works across the board. So I had to calculate 3 eating parts, 3 different books, to make this do amazing, yet keeping you satisfied and happy, like, I can do this. I can do this even after we're done with this program. I can live on that plan. That plan is, it's still in written form. I haven't even got it typed up yet. That's how much I'm still, tonight, before I came down here, I'm typing away, adding things, changing things. So it is a plan people can live with well after the challenge is over with. I have to, right now, get my attorney to copyright it, protect it, so it's not used and abused and passed all over the country. What has to happen? Be willing to be coached, okay? That means on Fridays, be willing to say, I'm going to go see my coach. It would be no different if we were one-on-one. You would have to come see me across the street back in the day to be coached on what I wanted to do next week to make the change. You are going to be coached via your phone, your computer, laptop, whatever you're into, wherever you want to be at. It's really pretty easy. It's actually, you don't have to drive anywhere anymore. That's the problem today with this nation. I just heard the other day that there's a company opened up, they'll bring gas to your house every Friday to fill your car up. I got into my wife the other day. She's like shopping, pushed a button, and a lady brought our groceries to the door. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. We're not too good that we can't drive our butts to the store and go shopping anymore, okay? No, it's getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. We're not going to leave the house, So you're able to get coached, but you've got to be willing to be coached and get coached. Coaching can kind of have a two-way street. Some people love it because they're like, I want to be told what to do. That's who I am. That's my mentality, and some love it, some don't. If you don't love it because you've never been coached before, learn to love it because it's for your own good. It's in your best interest, and it's as a matter of fact. It's like, this is the guy who's not going to blow smoke up your rear, so to speak, just because you're paying money or I want you to be part of my camp. I'm not going to do that. Never will do that, okay? I'm going to tell you directly, this is what we got to do. These are the changes, and let's get this together, okay? In a good positive way. My trainers are very motivating. They're going to push on you a little bit, but on the same token, they're going to love on you a little bit. Like, hey, back up a little bit. You're going hard. They know how to work with you. They're not yelling, screaming, and talking down into. We don't do that. Okay, most of you that have been here know that. Be willing to be pushed out of your comfort zone, and that's the biggest one is changing a routine. Man, I get told all the time by my family is like, you're the most routine person, and I've got a daughter who's 3 years old now out of the two twins who's just like me. You break Haven's routine, she flips out. She don't like her routine messed with. She likes her certain way, her certain people interaction. You throw a wrench in that. Probably no different than her. I just learned how to handle it. But no human likes breaking the routine, especially when we get older, that we're already in. In order to be successful with this, you're going to have to break your routine. You're going to have to figure out strategies, and that's going to be part of the mental aspect. I'm going to have you do a lot of homework that requires mental homework. It's not even about the eating plan or the workouts. It's the third pillar of this new revamp program is I'm going to post in there, here's what I want, and you're going to write it down, and you're going to send it to me, okay? There are repercussions for not doing this homework because it's a vital staple in this new revamp program to change your mental aspect of a lot of things. Not just that, it's going to help you with your whole family life and your whole aspect and outlook on life, and I've used it on myself over the last few years. It's been a game changer. I'm self-taught, and it changed me. No one taught it to me. I learned it, applied it, read it, went on this knowledge-seeking journey, and I found out, man, I'm going to teach this to the people in this revamp challenge. Invest financially in yourself, okay? It's like people want to invest in TVs and trips and cars and big homes and all like that. Comes to your health, it's a small investment. Your commitment deposit, your supplements, God forsake, people have an issue with that. It's like supplementing the eating plan. Yes, you're going to use my supplements. I say that all the time because it's not a selling point. I never wanted in that industry. But when the FDA still won't get off their butt and regulate supplements and let everyone put sugar and call it a protein healthy shake when there's 20 grams of sugar, some of these bars around town that some of you are going to, have you ever stopped and looked at the sugar in that drink? Well, hell yeah, that's why you go there and you love it. You come to my bar, it's like, this tastes good. It's kind of bland. Yes, it's because it's got 2 grams of sugar. Your other place has 30. Morph yourself and fool yourself all you want. But that's the problem with supplement companies is they're all mostly full of garbage. Not all, there's some good ones, but I do know mine's not. I invested in the kids' college fund. I made a great brand. We now can't even keep up with the orders all over the United States because our supplements have gotten out on how, they're used on diabetics. Women love them because there's probiotics in them. They don't have upset stomachs, all kinds of things that can go down the road. I don't talk about it anymore because it's doing its own thing. It's its own entity and company now, but it's used and calculated into this 3-part system because I know the calories, I know the protein, I know the sodium, I know the potassium, I know the niacin, I know everything in it to put it into your plan. So that's what's going to be used. But that's an investment. It does cost money, and so does your food. But you're not going to the food guy and saying, hey, I'm not happy I have to buy this food. It's the same thing. It's just supplementing your progress a little bit faster in exchange for some of your food. Food is king, always will be. Next, don't use your circumstances as an excuse not to succeed. I mean, that's the big thing is I think too many of us today are always saying, this is my life and it's not any better because of this situation. That's part of my re-educating and reprogramming your brain is to get off those circumstances. We all have them. I can go down a whole long list of why I thought the way I did for all my life because my dad I go on that all day long. Get off your circumstances. And I'm going to help you put those aside because you're going to be writing stuff down. You know, it's proven fact. Writing something down is like reading a book 10 times. Writing it once equals 10 times if you're reading a book. I'm saying, it's like my daughter last night. She's in honors algebra, and I'm looking at that like, what the hell is that crap? I've never seen any of that. And she's over there writing it down because that is taught to her. Writing out those notes goes more in her head than reading it in the book. So she writes it and writes it and writes it until it clicks. We're going to do the same thing. A lot of writing. Requirements. Not much has changed on the requirements. I'll go over them. You're going to work out 5 days a week. You mandatorily will check in 5 days a week on Facebook because it's not that we need the publicity anymore. Obviously, we are known in this state and others by now, but it holds you accountable. And it lets us know that you checked in. Can we go into MindBody and check and see if yeah, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather have us scanning and looking at your check-ins on Facebook, and you're telling other people what you're doing, which is going to hold you accountable. There's some people that pay the straight pay, and I'm not calling out names. Why are you doing the straight pay? Because I don't have to change my profile picture or check in on Facebook. That's a cop-out. Whether you like me saying that to you or not, you're hiding because you don't want to possibly not finish the program, or you don't want people bugging you or knowing that you're doing it. And that's a human, completely normal reaction. I've said it before, 30,000 people were surveyed, women. Do you tell people when you go on a diet? I don't like that word, but that's what they use. Hell no was the number one answer. Hell no, because why? Because, they want to go to the office with their diet food, and in about 2 weeks, when they're not happy and bored anymore, they come back in with their Burger King or whatever, and people are like, weren't you on a diet? I went on a diet. Did you hear me say I was on a diet? I don't know where you got that from. I had a salad and some chicken one day. It's because you can bail out real easy. The straight pay serves a purpose, though. I have women who are stalked, don't want to be known where they're at. They're in situations which I can appreciate. I have undercover FBI agents that don't want exposed. All kind of good things. Teachers, they don't want all over Facebook because, their kids on social media will see Mrs. Johnson weighing in a, what they think's naked, which is a sports bra and shorts. So I get it. And so, yeah, right. And I get it. And you got hormonal boys who are just like, ooh, so there's a purpose for it. But those that hide behind that shield, hey, I paid $198. I'm checking on Facebook. I'm not putting my profile picture up there that I'm taking your challenge. That's fine. But are you really holding yourself accountable if that's your cop-out? If that's your hiding, if that's the only reason you're not doing that, you're really, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Put it out there if that's your only reason you're doing it and say, I'm doing this. When it comes to that kind of stuff. We will check in on Facebook. We're going to participate in the Facebook group, which I've already went over, about the 3-part eating plan. Again, it's written in your eating plan too. Missing a week of the video or not watching the recording, I compare it to algebra that my daughter's in. If she misses, if you've taken algebra before, if you miss 1 week, you're left behind. You're just completely lost, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a building course. So it's kind of like any course you've ever taken. If you missed a week or two, you're like, I'm completely lost. And there's no going back because we're not going to go back and start that over again. But the recording's there. That means at 12 midnight, if you have to, you watch a recording and see what the instructions are because they will not be predictable. They will be, you can sit and go through this thing 3 times and you'll never understand what I'm doing, the madness that I'm doing behind this on the 3 parts, which parts to use, when to part, and all that stuff. Okay. My culture is everything, and I'm going to keep it intact because we specialize in taking care of the overweight population in a way other places are not mentally and training-wise equipped. And I went over that. What does that mean, Trav? You're going to take care of it. You can rest assured that I remove people. I do it all the time. Hate it. They've been great people, but something changed, and that's okay. I don't know what's going on in their personal life, nor am I about to speculate that, oh, you're a bad person, you're gone. Something's going on in their life behind the scenes I don't know about that changes some people. But if they're disrupting my culture of people who are feeling safe and unintimidating and feel like they can really focus on their progress here, other than some guy over here being arrogant or what like that, I'll remove them. So that's what I do with my culture. I don't go looking for everybody in town, and I'm not for everybody in town. I'm for a certain niche of people. And the more we grow at the nation and everything like that, the more I crush down on my licensing camps outside of here, keep the culture intact. It's everything, okay? People know they can come here and they're safe. The mental aspect, as I said, homework to change what's been programmed in your head for years in the subconscious. Okay, let me ask you a question. And I want, since you are here, I want everyone to volunteer, or not volunteer, I want you to answer the question. When things are going great in your life, now, let's try to focus our head right now off of this program and you losing weight, okay? You can use it if you want to. I'm just talking about in life. Act like we're on the street and you bumped into me and I'm some weirdo, just come up to you and ask you a question. So answer the question in that mind frame. If everything's going great in your life, happy, man, it's rocking, are you content? If you're content, raise your hand. If everything's going great, are you content? If you're just having a great life and you're like, man, things are just good right now, are you content? Don't think it to death. No. Why are you not content? Okay, so you're never at a content place. Okay, fine. You?
I'm never content because if you get complacent, then you're no longer hungry.
Okay. You're looking for something to go after, a goal, and then when you reach that goal, you may be content for a minute. Okay. When things are bad, when things are horrible, just things are just falling apart around you, are you content? He's not content when things are good, so they're not content. Damn sure aren't when they're bad. When things are bad, are you content? You kind of restless? Okay. That's the problem with my journey I took. And this is going to make sense to you right now. Maybe it will, but I'm going to show you how it makes sense and show you. Human beings by nature are not content unless things are really good or they've reached a goal. I'll tell you this. When we do weigh outs on the old challenge, everyone that weighed out and hit 20 pounds, they were content. At that moment, they were happy. Life was good. I am on cloud nine. I accomplished the mission. The people that did not hit 20 but lost 19 pounds, they were not content. They were upset, frustrated, replaying in their mind what they could have done differently to change that outcome and beating themselves up about it in one aspect or the other, okay? They're not content. You have got to, in life, learn to be content through the process of life. See, we let emotions, being happy, sad, mad, glad, whatever, adjust our content. And that's not how it works. You've got to learn to be content while you're going through the process of losing 20 pounds and other aspects in life. It's okay to be upset, be happy. It's okay to be pissed, mad. That guy ran me off the road today. But there's going to be a way to stay content. I know that sounds like some kind of voodoo stuff. It's very simple to do when I explain it to you when you get into this new challenge, showing you, hey, I'm overweight right now. I'm not happy, but I'm content because I'm going through the process. You're not content because you're going through the process. You're just content. But be content while you go through the process. Don't wait for 6 weeks to hit your 20 to say, that's when I will be content and satisfied. Use that word, satisfied. Okay, that's no way to live life. I used to be that way. That's why these companies are where they are today, because I was throwing one goal after the other out in front of me to a new level. And my wife would tell you, I was happy for about 3 days when I achieved it. A certain camp number, certain this, what like that. I would be content. Then I got restless again. I started bugging around the house, tapping my fingers like, I need something new, because I wasn't sitting down and saying, I'm content with my life. I don't care if you're dirt poor, if you're filthy rich, or whatever, you've got to find being content to make this part of your life be long-term success. Now I'm homing it back into what I'm talking about here. Weight loss. It is a lifetime struggle. It is a lifetime endeavor. It is a lifetime work in progress, okay? Me included. Trust me, at 53, my metabolism ain't what it used to be. I have to work extra hard to keep it in check. It's not that I can't do it. I'm just saying things aren't like they were when I was 19 or 20. Everyone kind of relate to that. But I'm saying it's a work. No one ever gets to where they want to be. But I'm content along the journey of continuing to be better at 53, be better with my mental aspect, So I've got to teach you that because that's the only way you're going to be satisfied continually. Otherwise, it's like, bored with this eating plan again. Bored with these workouts. Need to try something new. People aren't content. You're like thinking there's a new, shiny, or better subject out there. I don't care if it's with me or somebody else. You've got to find that place where you're content. Like, you know what? It's working out. It's eating right. Most importantly, it's being content as I move through this life. Okay, life comes and goes just like this. Okay, we've got to find that reason. But when you're content, this all falls into place. Trust me, once I did it to myself, a lot of things like weight loss fell into place. Not my weight loss, I didn't have a weight problem, but my other things in life that I never would have thought I'd been content dealing with. Contentment came in. I'm like, I'm all right with this. I'm not happy with it. I'm really pissed about it, but I'm still content. Just a small tap of what we're going to be doing. Okay, next. Going into the subconscious briefly, I'm going to give you a little bit of food for thought here. Subconscious mind is how do I put it? Is an unquestioning servant. That's subconscious. That's the part we don't use, right? The conscious is what you're doing right now. You're listening to me, you're interacting, you're processing. The subconscious is an unquestioning servant. Your conscious mind commands, and your subconscious mind obeys, and is constantly trying to solve your wish 24/7. That's the only way I can explain it to you to help you to understand it. What you're wishing for and you're wanting, let's say 20-pound loss or weight loss, now your consciousness is like, or your subconscious is like, okay, I've got to figure this problem out. What's your name? Sarah. So Sarah thinks, I want to lose weight. I'm unhappy with the way I look. I want to fit in that dress. I want to, whatever it may be. Her subconscious goes to work. Even though she goes to work and she's working and she's happy and she's doing her thing, her subconscious in the background is playing a freaking video like problem solving. It's trying to figure it out. And it's probably been doing that most of your life if you struggled with your weight. You've had that playing in the back of your head, trying to figure out a way to find a path for that to be consciously achieved, so to speak. So to put it in perspective, possibly a lifetime of your subconscious trying to make your behavior fit a pattern consistent with your emotionalized thoughts, hopes, and desires. So the problem I found in regards to my episode with anxiety is, anybody have anxiety here who wants to fess up and have it? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. It's kind of, you know what's funny? I never realized how many people had anxiety until I got it. And I started looking around, and I can read it now in faces. Like, it's creepy, actually, because I can see when people are getting geared up, and I read it. I got so in tune with it. But if this stays misaligned, that's a misalignment. What's your name? So Elizabeth has this thought of what she wants to look like and what she wants to fit in, and it never quite manifests. Her subconscious is trying to figure it out, but it never happens. After a while, that one episode, then she has another thing. I wish I had a better job. Just making stuff up. Wish I had a better husband. Wish my daughter wasn't doing this. Now she has multiple problem solving going on in the subconscious. Guess what happens after a while when you take up all that space? Anxiety. It shows up. My job is to work on 90% of the people who are going through this challenge have some form of anxiety. This kind of method and this training we're going to be doing helps to recognize it and start creating space in the mind. You create space in the mind, you start becoming content. The rest of this falls into place. You're like, that eating plan, it's not a big deal. It's not worth getting worked up over. It's not getting worked up over, am I losing the right weight? Oh, I'm on the scale every day. It's up and it's down. I'm 5 pounds. You won't even do that anymore. If you do your homework and start learning the process, it becomes an even flow of, that's a part of my life that's a journey, losing weight, doing it right with this great eating plan, this great accountability, and these great trainers. I've got everything. This is a great life for my wife and kids, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff you can use on this kind of training. So, alignment. There's alignment and misalignment. Let me give you what happens here. Once we get things aligned, the alignment comes from you wanting to lose weight, but are your actions backing up what you're wanting to do? What would that be? No. No, just say it. No. No. So that's a misalignment. When you have a misalignment, you have anxiety and you have stress. And you don't even know where it's coming from. I didn't know. I was like, what am I stressed about? I'm not even stressed about it. I mean, it got to where if I was speaking in front of people, I was like stressed out. I'm like, I love speaking in front of people. What am I stressed out about? There was so much misalignment going on that I started to uncover And it's real simple to find. But when you're misaligned, you have stress and anxiety. When you are aligned, peaceful and calm, meaning I want to lose weight. My action is I'm going to follow this eating plan. I'm going to get coached by Travis, and I'm going to do my workouts. You now have an alignment going on. That one's gone off your brain. No more there. Then we're going to find out about work. Is your desire to do this job, are your actions lined up with it? You start looking at all the things that are misaligned in your life, and they start just popping up. It's like, I don't want to do this, but I still do it, even though in my religion, maybe that's not what I should be doing. That's against my God. Maybe it's against whatever you worship. I'm just saying, you're like, yeah, I do that because that's just self-satisfying. I like to do it, I'm making up stuff. I'm not going to do that anymore. Now you've aligned that one. We start aligning stuff up. This weight loss thing becomes like a speck in the wind of easiness to do because it won't be this stressful anymore because you're aligning your actions up with your beliefs of what you want, your values. So align your values with your actions. Alignment would be value equals I want to be healthy. The action would be eat good, work out, sleep, all those things. Misalignment, my value, be healthy. Misalignment, bad action would be eat bad stuff, hate yourself, not work out, sleep irregular, be dissatisfied. This area that I am an expert in, I've never realized before after doing this journey of mine, how much of an impact it has on people's lives of misalignment because we all desire to be healthy. I've never walked into a person that says, you're wrong, I could care less. I don't want to be healthy. Maybe they're out there, I'm sure there are. There's weirdos everywhere. I'm just saying, most people desire from probably the 20s when you start kind of putting on the pounds to be healthy and be in shape, not be overweight. You've had that misalignment going on for a long time. You've taken the action to line it up here and there for 6 weeks if you're on my challenge. Then the misalignment comes back in. You start making bad choices again. Although the value's still there, you start doing bad eating habits. Now you got a misalignment. Now you're back to stressing out. I don't feel good. I don't sleep right. So many people, I had a lady email me telling me how she felt great, when she did my program 10 years ago, whatever like that. And she hasn't felt the same since. She's been stressed out. It's her misalignment. She knew what it meant to be lined up, and then she went back to this, and now that's causing tension. And this is probably a big portion of people's stress is the misalignment. Okay, next. At the halfway point of this challenge, there will be a meeting in here in person. I always say it in videos, kind of like the Thunder. I use them since everybody kind of knows who they are. Halftime, people think they're like, oh, yeah, they're going to get a drink. I ask people, what do you think they do at halftime? Oh, they get a drink and all that. Yeah, they do, but they're in there re-strategizing on how to come out in the second half and do better. I don't care if they're kicking Golden State's butt. They're going to come out with a better game plan. Hey, we need to guard Steph and do this, whatever. We're going to do that. This will be the first time I've ever done it, but it's necessary. We all meet on a Saturday. I take time out of my day away from my daughter's soccer. You take time out of your day and sacrifice also. You need to make a commitment that you're going to get enough warning on what that day is and what time to clear your schedule to show up because you're going to have an opportunity to say, this is what I'm struggling with. This is what I need help with. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to fix you for the second half to be at a higher level by getting some one-on-one coaching from me. It's me. I'm doing it. So 100 people, whatever's in here, I'm going to be, because typically if her problem is probably 20 other people's problem too. It's not like there's going to be 100 different problems. It never works that way. It's human, nature. So we're going to fix it though. And we're all going to rally again and get fired up again like we do at the beginning of a challenge, right? And get fired up and focused so you go full throttle. I always do it in video, but now I'm going to do it in person. I think we're having a rally at halfway time, just getting jacked up, answering questions, getting you straightened out, what we need to do. Then we go forward and we kill it. At the end of the challenge, there's going to be a special bonus, I would say, offering, which would move you into the next phase of long-term accountability. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just what we feel like people are going to need. So many people feel like once they're outside of the challenge, they're lost and they're alone and they're fragile again. So we want to keep that intact long-term. And that requires some work on my part, which I'm completely willing to do because I think it's necessary. But I think it's going to be a game changer. That means you don't have to stay in challenge after challenge after challenge to feel safe. I don't want that. I didn't know people were doing that until we started doing some talking. I want you to do a challenge. If you think you need another 20 off, yeah, do another challenge. But once you get 40 pounds off like that, and you're like, people are taking the challenge just to be taking the challenge just to stay in that comfort of accountability. So I need to offer something outside of the challenge that is still giving you accountability and giving you that safe haven to where you can talk to me on a regular basis, which will be on Fridays again, and all that stuff. So we've got a complete package here to roll out. It'll be our first time to do it. Will there be problems in this? Absolutely. It's a new program. I've worked it to death in my mind. I've worked it to death in 200 pages of writing, and there's going to be things to tweak along the way, but it's going to be a good program. You're going to be happy with it. We're going to be weighing in. Oh, you will be changing your profile picture. As always, we'll give you a little slide you just copy and paste in there. We are changing the game up to where if you show up to the final weigh out, you will get a cool t-shirt that we're going to be doing. We want people to show up. We used to give it at the beginning. It was kind of a marketing piece, if you want to say it, but I'm not interested in that anymore. You show up, you get rewarded. One of many things you're going to get rewarded for, but the t-shirt gets given to you at the end. Weigh-in days, we're going to be Sundays and Wednesdays. You'll be weighing in, mandatorily, non-negotiable, has to happen. Okay, if you're new with me, we'll show you how to do it. You'll do it with your phone on your scale at home. We'll give you a number. One of our girls at headquarters will be taking those in, looking at them, verifying that you're weighing in. We're not looking for a certain number. We're looking for you to be accountable and get on a scale. Okay. Supplements, non-negotiable. You'll be using my supplements. If you're a person that says, I want to use my supplements, then you need to do the straight pay. Again, you're taking a bad path. Challenge yourself. Take the program I just written out with my stuff in it because I know what's in that stuff. Okay, that's all there is to that. If FDA regulated everybody, I wouldn't be having to have warehouses full of $10,000 million of supplements and shipping all over the place to all my camps and doing everything. That's a good thing, don't get me wrong, but it was not my intent to be there. But I sleep at night knowing what's in the food, we know that, and what's in the supplements, okay? That's my only deal there. You're going to sign a no alcohol contract, as always, no drinking alcohol for 6 weeks. Consequences for drinking alcohol, you're going to drink 2 protein drinks a day. If not for that, maybe this isn't the program for you. It's part of the gig to make this all work. Women are the worst at getting adequate intake of protein. Weigh-in day will be January 4th, 10 a.m., right here in this building. People at home, you'll be weighing in from home. Carmen's on the line right now talking to you. You'll be weighing in from home. So 10 a.m., we're here for a weigh-in, probably 2-hour weigh-in, doing your pictures, videos, talking to you, have a guest speaker already lined up to speak to you on how she did the challenge and she kept the weight off way after the challenge. And to this day, she's one of our top trainers. She wants to tell you how she's done it. But yet, that'd be great if everyone had taken my challenge, had the same mentality she did, but she wasn't always there. I promise you, I know her story. My job is to, and she's part of this committee that's helping put this together of what we need to do after the challenge. So she had some of the greatest insights because she's all the people we talked to were past challengers. What do we need to do so people, once they're out of the challenge, stay successful? So that's our goal in this new revamp. What else? January 4th, way out will be February 15th, 10 a.m. here. So we're doing a way out here on February 15th. And any questions? If you've been here before, it's a totally different orientation, as you can see, because it's a brand new program. And questions, please ask questions. Yes.
I'm a past challenger.
Yep, I recognize you.
When you had the sale, I bought a lot of your products.
Sure.
So with this, do I still have to? No.
If you've got the product, use it.
Okay.
Yeah, no. And a lot of the same stuff. Supplements are not something I needed to revamp. I needed to revamp the eating plan and do a lot with it to make it very, there's a lot of work to make it where it's fun with some options, but also staying in the realms of what I needed done to help somebody lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, because I still want people to be successful in the program. So, but the supplements didn't change. I'll tell you that for the moment. We do have a new product I created. Worked on it for 6 months. It's done. I would love to have added it to this. My intent was to have it in this program, but they're a few days off of getting it here before the challenge starts, so I won't implement it, but it's a carb blocker, and it's legitly a carb blocker.
So you can use it if you want, but it won't be available for the first couple of days.
Yeah, they're a carb blocker.
So you can use it if you want, but it won't be available for the first couple of days.
Yeah, they emailed me today. They may have it here. They're working on the label right now. I'm like, send the bottle. I don't care about the label, but obviously we can't do that. The product was a pain in the butt to create a true carb blocker. I will tell you this straight up. You tell your friends about it, whatever like that. if you're going to eat cheeseburgers and pizza and Taco Bell, it's not going to work. You've got to be honest. That's how people look at it. My only deal was I almost want to restrict it where you can't buy it unless you're on my program, because I'm just ripping you off, and I'm not going to live like that. What does this do? Well, really, did you think there was something going to block the fact that you can go out and eat garbage and it's going to block your carb? But if your blood sugar stabilized in conjunction with the way I've lined this plan up, on days that you have a day where there's more carbs than other days, it's amazing because the carbs will be streamlined right into energy mitochondria versus they're going to go some of it here and some of it into my fat storage because the way I've set up the carbs on the 3 different parts. It'd be highly effective used in conjunction with the plan. So we may limit it to people only use my program. I know that sounds bad, but I just know mentality like, oh, go buy the carb blocker, man. You can eat what you want. You know, because somebody would sell it that way on a different level, and I'm not doing that. Any other questions?
Yeah, on the Facebook group, it's your personal Facebook. You post a picture of you and talk every day about what you're doing, or is it on that?
Only in the group.
Or the group?
You're going to change your profile picture to "You're taking my challenge."
Okay.
There will be times later on I may ask you to post something in your group. I know, yeah. And here's the deal. Let me just give it real. Most of you know this. It's not just about the weight loss. It's strictly fat loss. That's the difference in me and everybody else's program. Everyone else, like, you know why they use weight loss? Because it's a selling point. Why am I called a fat loss camp? Because I'm an ex-bodybuilder. My job was to drain fat, take fat off me to compete in bodybuilding shows. I'm treating you no differently. With fat loss comes weight loss, but it also comes with muscle increase in a good way. So the 2 protein drinks, that's why I'm such a hard butt about that. People are like, you just want me to drink yourself. No, I want you to have the protein so you put on and at least keep the muscle tissue you have. So when that fat comes off, you got a tight look to you, a sculpted look. It's all part of the strategy to make you look sculpted, tight, and toned. I can go out and starve you to death and eat intermittent fasting and 1 time a day and all that stuff going on right now and keto, this and that, whatever. When it's all said and done, it's just going to be droopy hanging if it's not done right. The body's designed for a specific way of nutrients. It hasn't changed in over the last 1,000,000 years. Everyone's coming out with all this new stuff because it's shiny. It makes people happy that they can eat sausages and burgers and cheese and all that. Yeah, clog them arteries up, lose all that weight, look good, and die at 60. Yeah, and have a heart attack on me, you know. I'm in conjunction with cardiologists all the time. The number 1 and 2 people coming in right now to the heart hospital, number 1 are people who are going around using the testosterone clinics that are out there. Boost your T. Are you a man anymore? Do you feel like an alpha anymore? Come get your testosterone injection. There's a reason God drops your testosterone off as you get older. And so it doesn't enlarge the man's prostate out the wazoo, because he's going to die from prostate enlargement if you live long enough anyway. That's a fact of life. Secondly, cardiac. From back in the day, Atkins diet was popular. And now we're back to the keto and eating that stuff all over again. They're not thinking about the artery clogging. Men are coming in with clogged arteries, having heart attacks now, who are, yeah, they're ripped and they look good, but they're having heart attacks. You're clogging it up. You can't do that at an older age, especially because it just doesn't unclog like it used to when you're in your 20s. That's another story. Any questions about anything? Yes?
As far as the 5 days a week, is it better to do it Monday through Friday?
That's personal preference. All I want you to do is get one of our 40-minute, 5-pound dumbbell only workouts in 5 days a week. So you can go, we don't do anything on Sunday. So we have a link in there. It's kind of a workout for you if you want to do one from your home or something like that. But there's not a better way.
Well, as far as the killer camps, because you said they're going to be specific.
Those killer camp workouts will be thrown in at random. You won't know when they're coming.
You just show up for class and you'll get a killer camp.
It'll be there. Because if I told you when it was there, you won't show up. I'm not stupid, and I'm not going to make you look stupid. So, and then somebody will say, oh, I missed the killer camp workout. Is that going to hurt my results? No. You'll get one eventually, trust me. But I throw them in there. They're hard, and they're stations, and they've got equipment involved and all kind of stuff out here on the floor. I mean, they're a pretty big deal. We've been using them for a while now, over the last, year, girls? Year? And so here's how we know this. When we first introduced it, I don't want to go away from what I'm doing, but a committee of 10, we talked and balanced it, and I don't have a problem with having some challenges in there, workout-wise. So we put them in on certain days. We said, okay, these are the days where I'm killer camp workout. We saw numbers shift 2 days before or after those, and trainers were in here with 2 people. I'm like, oh, that ain't going to fly. So I got in their butts. I'm like, hey, come on. I'm kind of scared of that deal. I'm like, you'll be fine. It's got modifications. They're trained to show you modifications, help you. Well, then they got to taste something. Now they love it. So they're all the members. Yes, At Home joins us. We've got one for them that we don't use so much equipment so they can participate. So we've got it was a lot of work getting it to balance, but now it's there and people love it. It will kick your butt, but I mean, that's okay. It'll be okay. We have 5-second rules still where you can take breaks every 5 seconds. If you can't do something for a full 30 seconds, we're on the clock, step out, take a break for 20 seconds if you need to till you get conditioned enough to do it. That's what's cool about our place. You're not competing in here against other people, and no one's looking at you because you can't keep up. Everyone here is working together. Huh? Yeah, well, who knows? It's probably been puked on. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to pass out applications for you to fill out. Connie's going to take over, and she's going to go over the details, the numbers, and stuff like that. And I'm going to step aside and let her finish that out. So thanks so much for coming out. Look forward to working with you guys. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited about this plan. I think it's going to be a big game changer. So people at home, hang on. Connie's going to come on here, talk to you a little bit. Carmen's going to answer all your questions, but look forward to seeing each one of you guys at the weigh-in on January 4th. All right, thank you.
Okay, so if you guys are in here,
Connie,
all of you signed
you need
up?
to.
Well, I just have
Okay.
you guys signed up at all online.
Yeah, but
Did you get it after? Hi, guys. Test, test, test. Okay. Hi, everybody. People at home. There is a downloadable form that I'm going to go through for people here, and you guys can do it with us as well from home. It'll be just a little bit different than what we obviously have here, but it is all there, and Carmen is there to help you guys through this. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask her, and we're just going to try to go through this as easy as possible. Okay, so for everybody in front of me, you have this agreement. We're going to start with this one right here, okay? So what I would like you to do is if you are a new challenger, if you've never done a challenge with us, that's what you're going to mark. You're going to put an X on that. Nobody is a current challenger because we do not have a challenge going on right now. And past challengers, if you've done a challenge with us in the past, please put a check mark there. And if you have rolled over your money, that is a big one. So if you've done a challenge with us previously and you decided to save that challenge and not get a refund check, I need you to put a check mark there and try to put the end date of your last challenge that you did, okay? People at home, same for you guys. If you guys can't remember exactly your challenge date, please just try to estimate so it gives us a little bit of heads up when we are looking at the office. And your date of your final weigh-in, just like I said, and your final weight. Even if you don't remember, eyeball it, but most of the time we remember, we just don't want to remember. All right, so your name. It is the biggest thing. I want your legal name on here. So if you go, like my name, I go by Connie, but my first name is Constance legally. So that's what I would put on this form is Constance Chaconis. Okay, and your date of birth, as you would know, that is easygoing for all of us. It is not 2019, though, okay? Your year is not 2019. I will tell you that. Are you a current member? Are you currently working out with us? Are you currently doing any of our stuff in camp or paying $99 or $127 or one of the Black Friday prices? Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. Yes. So you are still considered a member. And just put your rate before you went on suspension, okay? And are you on Facebook? Is everybody in here on Facebook? You are already. Perfect, because you will need Facebook. put your Facebook name. The best way to make sure you have the right Facebook name is to go into your profile on Facebook and write that name in. Okay? The rest is your address. Please write your full address down on there, which is address, city, state, and zip code. Cell phone number, please write that clearly, as well as your email. So in case we have to get a hold of you, we can. Because if we get a busy signal or something like that, I'm sorry, we have to move on to the next applicant, okay? Today's weight. You may not know that number. I don't know that number. I can tell you that honestly today. So I would estimate what I am. And then I'm going to subtract 20 pounds from that, because that's what I would like to get down to at the end of this challenge. We all have a goal, and we all need to set a goal for ourselves. And it's okay if that number is something you don't want to see on a scale. You'll see it. It's there. Make it happen. Make your goal happen. We're all in this together, and we're all here to make it happen together. Okay? Is anybody in here doing straight pay option? You are doing straight pay. Okay, so you and I are going to do this together really fast. We are going to initial number 1, which says you are straight pay only, $198, non-refundable for members, non-members with no requirements, meaning you do not have to do anything that is required in this challenge. No supplements, no meal plan, no nothing. That is all optional to you. You are giving up having a refund. Okay, so if you are good with that, you're going to initial there. Then you're going to initial number 2, which also reads, required for new challengers. I agree that I have watched a live or recorded orientation for the 6-week challenge. Past challengers are not required to go to an orientation. So if you've done a challenge, you're fine. But if you have not, still initial it. It's not going to kill you to initial it and say that you've been here. Okay? And the last one is number 3. That you have to initial is the meal plan that you will receive belongs to Travis Garza and TLC Fitness. It is not to be shared with anyone. If we discover that you have distributed or shared the meal plan, you will be removed from the challenge and will not receive a refund. Not that you are receiving a refund, but you will be removed from the challenge, and I couldn't even tell you what Travis could do from there on out. But we trust you, and that's why we are wanting you to apply and try to get into the challenge. Okay, so everybody who's doing the full challenge, are you down to that point with me? Okay, so you're going to continue. Straight pay, you're good there. You're going to go to the back, and you're going to fill out all the credit card information and sign that back page, okay? And then I will come back to you. My full challengers, my $297 refund challengers, you're going to continue with me from number 2. You do not sign number 1, okay? But you are required for the new challengers to attend the orientation, so initial there, especially if you're here with me today. Number 3, the meal plan we just went over. You want to initial there. Number 4, this 6-week challenge requires a $297 down payment, the commitment deposit, which will be returned at the end of the 6 weeks after successful body transformation. If you are a current member, we will adjust your commitment deposit by subtracting 6 weeks of your membership payment from your commitment deposit. Your monthly membership payment will continue. Does everybody understand that if you are paying a commitment deposit right now? Okay? So if you're good with that, please initial. We would love to have you a part of this. So continuing on, number 5, this 6-week challenge requires an initial supplement package for new in-camp challengers of $155 and new at-home challengers of $168.95. That includes shipping at home. At-home supplements will be shipped to the address above and charged by MySculpt Sports Nutrition. So people at home, please make sure that your addresses are correct, because you do not want your supplements shipping to your next door neighbor, like my Amazon packages have sometimes. If you are a new challenger, please put your t-shirt size so we can get you a t-shirt for the final weigh-in, or weigh out, excuse me. And we would like you to pick a protein flavor. Right now, currently, we only have vanilla in stock here at camp, but we will be having chocolate vanilla, chocolate peanut butter, and cookies and cream. They are all good. If you would like to, I highly recommend heading up to Garza Wholesale Sports Nutrition and trying one out if you're not for sure about your flavor. They have a smoothie bar up there, and it is awesome. It is great, and they even have half-price smoothies. So, daily. So, head up there, go try it out, and see what you think. And if you mark one on here, and for some reason it's just not the flavor that you liked when you went and tried one, I guarantee you we can probably get it swapped out on the way and day, okay? All right, continuing on to number 6. A successful body transformation entails 20 pounds of weight loss on our company scales. People at home, your digital scale is the same scale. So meaning, if you weigh in at camp, you weigh out at camp. If you weigh in at home, you weigh out at home. Period, end of statement. That is the way this program is going to be run. So that way then you have the same number on the exact same scale. I recommend putting new batteries in that scale. That is what we do every time to make sure that the scale is going to give you the accurate reading that you stepped on it with, okay? So if you're good with that, please initial that. Number 7, I reserve the right to terminate your agreement for lack of compliance. If you do not comply with the program, which is missed workouts, do not follow the nutrition and supplemental plan as outlined in this event, I will not issue a refund. Okay? You're telling Travis that you're going to follow his instructions and he's going to give you the guidelines to a successful challenge. Okay? Number 8, you understand that you must complete 5 days of Travis Garza workouts per week, which can include a camp workout, a digital workout, butt and thighs, AAA classes, or elite training. And that each day you must check in and tag Travis on Facebook and write a short sentence. Does everybody understand that? And we can go over Facebook and check-ins a little bit later when I show you the groups and things like that. But initial there. That's nothing big, okay? I promise. And here we go. Number 9, you must weigh in on Sundays and Wednesdays from home by texting a picture of your toes on the scale to the number that is listed. Travis does not like feet. Ladies, get a pedicure. Men, trim them up, okay? I've never seen a man cringe at toes quite like Travis did. So help him out a little bit, okay? All right. Number 10, photos and videos are regularly taken during workout sessions to be used to inspire others and encourage a healthy lifestyle. All photos and videos are displayed on social media outlets to motivate others to work hard to achieve their goals. As such, all members agree to allow their pictures and videos to be posted on social media outlets. Travis has Facebook pages, Twitter pages, and as well Instagram pages. Come on, we're a fun group. There's nothing bad. As you see, like, we like to motivate people, and these photos are motivational to people. It got some of you in here. You probably saw a photo like this or mini camp photos in here with people and their friends. So it's not going to hurt you to do it. All right, number 11, you must change your profile picture, your Facebook profile picture, to the 6-week challenge t-shirt picture for the entire 6-week challenge. That will be given to you in the group, so do not stress trying to find it or anything like that. But it's 6 weeks. They'll find your face somewhere if it's your friend and they think that they can't find you. They'll find you. Not a problem. They should know your name. So, mark that one. That one's no big deal either. Number 12, I believe my clients are the best advertisement. I strive to do everything in my power to push my clients to do their best. By initialing, you agree to let me push and motivate you the best way I know how. He's going to do that by hiring somebody like me to help with that. Okay, guys, so number 13, if you are a returning 6-week challenger within the past 12 months, your starting weight for this challenge will be your most recent final weigh out weight plus 5 pounds if you weigh more than your previous final weigh-in weight. Let me go over that one because that gets a lot of people. Okay, so let's say my final weigh out was 150. I can now walk in, and I did a challenge in, let's say, September of 2019. I can walk into this January challenge, and I can weigh 155, and I'm safe. I don't have to lose, but from that 155 minus 20. Now, let's say I weigh in at 160. I have to now lose 25 pounds in order to get my refund check. Does that make sense to everybody? Because that is sometimes one of the trickiest things, and I'm more than happy to make it even clearer. Now, we can return after this. Number 14, we only want to work with motivated A players, no talkers or pretenders. By signing and initialing this agreement, there is no backing out or cancellation. The $297 is non-refundable for any reason. if you have any hesitations, do us both a favor and do not enroll. But I want you to all enroll, so come on now. Come join me. It's fun. All right. I know that a lot of you in here are past challengers or people who are current challengers or current members. I still would like an updated credit card, please. If you, for some reason, don't have it with you tonight, that's fine. If you could just, when they call you or if they call you for the challenge to accept you, please give them a current card or make sure the card that is on file with them is up to date. And I need a signature for that, okay? Also, at the very top of your challenge page, it says today's date, which is the 16th. Yes, the 16th. I need you to mark if you're going to do the challenge from at camp or at home. And if you are doing it from at camp, the primary camp location. Now, let me grab a piece of paper thing that is new to us this year. What's my folder with it? No, that one. Okay. So we kind of decided that we were going to give you guys something else. Travis is kind of pulling out all stops for this revamp challenge, and he is really trying to make this a program for you guys that is doable wherever you're at, okay? So we have this form that I can give you options for, okay? You do not have to do this, but it is an option for you. So if you want to let's say I want to work out in camp, but I need to weigh in and weigh out from home. Let's say you just can't make it to camp, or you can't make it here at 10 o'clock on that Saturday, January 4th, right? That's the day, okay. January 4th. You can't make it, but you can make way out, and you want to do the challenge still from in camp. You can do it for $30, okay? You just have to weigh in and weigh out from home, but you can do it. You just pay $30 extra, and what's so great about this deal, it is less than $1 a day, and you get access not only to camp, but to also the home stream. So you can work out from camp, but if, let's say, you have to miss a day because the weather's bad and you didn't want to get out, you can tune in live, just like these people at home are doing right now, and get the workout straight live from this class, okay? And vice versa. It says, I want to work out at home, but I want access to in-camp workouts. People at home, if you're local and you decide, hey, you know what, I can come for a week or two and I'd like to come try it out at camp, come join us. $30 for 42 days of workouts. Like, less than $1 a day. I think we could all do that if you really wanted that. It gives you that option now, okay? So if this is something you want to do, regardless if you've already signed up, you can still sign up with this tonight, and I can take it from you. I just need all that information below of credit card information. And basically it says it's a one-time charge of $30 for access to both camp and at-home workouts during the January 2020 Revamp 6-Week Challenge from January 6th, 2020 to February 15th, 2020. So after that February 15th, you will no longer have access, okay? Is everybody clear on that? Do you have questions? Yes? Sorry. Mm-hmm. So what location are you looking at? Midwest City. So I'm going to look it up for you here for a second. I'm going to keep everybody going, though. So here we go. I'm going to look it up for you, and we're going to do it, okay? Yes, so everything can be found at travisgarza.com, but I want to help you guys out, and I'm going to look up all the times, and we can go through them real fast so everybody kind of knows for who's in the room right now, okay? And I'm glad you said that because I'm going to write that down for the next time we do an orientation because that's good to know, okay? The other thing is, I'm really staticky. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I'll get this back. Is that better? Okay, thank God. I know we've kind of had some static issues. Carmen, please let me know if that's better for you guys on the at-home feed. I just can't move that little wire that much. It must have a little short in it. But, okay, so with your agreement, I have to have a protein contract that basically says you must drink the protein drink twice a day. This is not an option on this program. It is the MyoSculpt protein. It tastes very good, and Travis has been working exceptionally hard on his products to make you have the best products out there, okay? So please make sure that you sign this. It basically says it possesses the highest thermal effect of feeding of any nutrient. Translated, eating protein actually burns calories because protein requires more energy to digest than any other nutrient. Number 2, it helps offset the negative effects of insulin by stimulating the release of, and a big word, hormone glucinogen. Translate, amp protein intakes makes carbohydrates much less likely to affect your waistline. We all like that. And protein is crucially important to building, repairing, and maintaining lean muscle tissue. If you are not getting enough protein through your diet alone, I promise you. So, print, signature, and date. If I don't have one of those 3, I will rip it up personally because I'm telling you to do it. All right, here we go, guys. No alcohol. Who likes their alcohol? I know you do. You're not going to have it. It's only 6 weeks. Wine night can wait until week 7. Okay, so you're basically going to tell me that I, whatever your name is, understand that if I drink any alcohol during the 6-week challenge, I will be removed from the program without a refund. Print, signature, and date that sheet for me, please. Any questions on those 2, protein or alcohol? Straight pay, you do not have to worry about that, but I highly recommend going through those 2 things. Health evaluation, I do have hesitation on this all the time, but this is kind of my job right here. Please fill this out thoroughly. I beg of you, please. I need all of this top information, and I like to have a little bit of health history so I can help our trainers know what your health is and if there is something that needs to be put on alert for us, so if they're teaching a class and something happens, they can know. If you were to pass out and start seizing, maybe you have a seizure disease like epilepsy that I need to know about. So then if paramedics need to be called, I can let them know that as well. So this sheet is crucial, okay? So please fill it out to the best of your abilities. And there is a back. So we have a little bit of history of what you've kind of done as far as the diets and exercise and things like that that you've done in the past. And then I just need a signature because I can tell that all of you are over the age of 13. But you're still young, so if that helps you out. So if you guys can fill all those sheets out, then I will get those from you. And you got camp times, I saw. Okay, perfect. So with your camp times, that'll help you out. Perfect. Yeah, you'll want that just in case. Does anybody want the I want to work out the in camp for $30 deal? No? No takers for this? Okay. Alrighty. If you change your mind, please call the office at 820-3813, and they can probably email you a copy and get you going. Okay, so I'm going to steal your attention for 1 more minute, and then I will let you guys finish your paperwork and ask me any questions you have, okay? Okay, let's see if we, oh God, I sound horrible. Okay, so the last thing is joining the Facebook groups and Travis on social media. People at home, I'm going to let you see this instead of my face for a minute, okay? Well, actually, I'll just show you both. Okay? So I need you guys to friend this Travis, okay? When I say this Travis, I mean I need you to go into the search bar and I need you to type Travis Garza 6-week challenge, okay? He's going to look straight-faced, hat on, very serious. That's the one you're going to friend, okay? That is the Travis, not the smiling one sitting down, not the standing, the serious one, okay? And if you need to look for it, it's under people, okay? So that is the friend that you're going to do, okay? Make sure you request that one. The next one you're going to do is January 2020 6-week challenge group. So if you want to search under group, it is going to look like the logo on the shirt that Travis showed you previously. That is what the picture will look like, and it's going to say January 2020 challenge, 6-week challenge. People at home, put the word home in parentheses, and that is your page that we also will want you to do, and Carmen will then approve those or get you guys into that group ASAP once she gets your applications. Okay. And finally, if you have an Instagram, follow Travis on Instagram. It's kind of fun because sometimes our trainers take over his Instagram. Sometimes we've had members take it over. You just never know what is going to happen on that Instagram. He gives you information that he may not give you on Facebook, and he gives you vice versa. So I would highly recommend following him on all social media outlets if you can find him. Get on there and do that. He's got pages. I also highly recommend that if you are doing in camp or even at home, to find those groups of your camp choice and follow that as well. So that way then, especially with the winter months coming, if weather gets bad and a camp has to close down for some reason, that's where it will be posted. Okay? No, not on his, but on the camp group pages. And you guys can find that information out as well as other things like that on your day ones and things like that. Or we can help you with that here. So does anybody have any questions for me? Yes, ma'am. Just calling the doctor and having them they can either email it to the office for you, or you can just bring it to a camp location and they can get it to the office. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If you want to call 820-3813 and you can leave a message on there and they'll call you back tomorrow. They're really good about getting on top of those calls and making sure you guys get called ASAP on any and all questions you have. Seriously, we want you guys to feel prepared going into this challenge and excited as well. So if that is something that you just want to make sure that they got, just call them and they will call you back tomorrow and make sure that they receive that. Okay? Any other questions for me? Mm-hmm. Yes. So you haven't done one since 2017, so you'd be considered a fresh start. So fresh start is basically that if you've not done a challenge within a year. So let's say yours was what of 2017? Okay, so September of 2017. So you were eligible on September of 2018 to be a fresh start. Okay, it just has to be a year from that. Yes. I want to say yes, but I would call the office just to double check. And I can see if Carmen will actually answer that once she sees that. She can kind of give me that. Well, and that's what I'm saying. So if you're a fresh start, you have a clean slate. You have no weigh-in weight or anything like that. You just get a clean start. But if you are not, then basically how that works is you'd have to be within the 5-pound rule. I'm letting her, it's kind of like a few seconds delayed on the feed, and she should hear that question, and she might just text me really fast here and let me know. Okay. Yeah, and I want to say yes, it is. I just want to give you a for sure yes or a for sure no. So she should be getting back to me shortly on that one. Any other questions? Yes, yes, it's not applicable for you, but you're basically just saying that you will do the supplements. Okay, perfect. And guys, I highly recommend doing the challenge full out. Travis has really been excited about this, and he's kept it so under wraps that nobody even in the office knows what's going on with this meal plan. He's really taking his time to thoroughly get through it and really give you the best meal plan he can. So I highly recommend doing it to the best of your abilities. Oh, weigh-in, guys. I don't even get to know until weigh-in, which is really sad to me. Oh, no, they will call you. They will call you this week. Yes, they give you a personal phone call. Have a voicemail that has some room, okay? And I highly recommend if you see a number this week that you don't know, especially if it starts with an 820, answer it. 820 or 405, area code, but then the first 3 are 820. Okay? I get it. And just make sure you have an open voicemail then, because you don't want to miss that call. It's an important call, and, you know, why not? Why not try to do it? Hold on. Perfect. Yes, you're good then. Yes, then if you did it online like that. Yes, no, you're good. You are good. Yes. Yep, you are good to go. Oh, well, happy birthday. See, you're going to start the year off right. Yep. See you later. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And that's it. So for $30 extra, basically you just mark one of those boxes that says, I'm doing the challenge from in camp or I'm doing the challenge from at home, but I want the live feed access or I want the camp access. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. But you can log in from home, and that's the thing. You get a login for your account for that 42 days. You get it for $30. Yeah. Yes. So you're still at 127, but like, so what Travis did for like in a new initiative is that if people wanted to sign a new contract for a year, it was a $99 contract. I would say after the challenge and after you've done if you've already done your 127 commitment, then let's look at that after the challenge, because he is going to probably work on something else for after the challenge as well. Okay. So I work out in camp but need to weigh in and weigh out from home, or I work out at home but I want access to in-camp workouts.
Like, I don't need to weigh in and out at home. I can weigh in and out here. I need access to home workouts, but I want to do in-camp challenge.
So I want to work out in camp but need to weigh in and weigh out from home.
Oh, like, I just want access to the workouts. Oh, charge one time both. So I'll get access, but I have to weigh in and weigh out at home.
So it's your last way out, so technically you wouldn't be a fresh start until February challenge.
But I can still do this.
Yes. I'm just answering your fresh start since we were talking about that too.
Okay, so this.
Give me one second. Everybody else, you guys are good to go. If you have done it, people at home, fill out those paperwork and submit them to Carmen, and she will take good care of you, and we will be in contact. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you in January. Bye.